We are going to vibe code a computer vision app today. We're going to build a face detector and then blur the face using that on a live video feed. And we'll also change the app later on so that instead of blurring the face, it is going to pixelate it. So it's going to be exciting. Let's dive in. The tools I'm using is Codex app. This is a new Agentic coding app that is released by OpenAI. And you'll see how easy it is to use. And you'll see that I pretty much write no code at all. I'll inspect the code, but pretty much write no code at all. So this is one thing that you need to download, install, and also link it to your ChatGPT subscription. After that, you're ready. I'm also using another tool called WhisperFlow. WhisperFlow allows you to speak directly so that I'm not using my fingers. Instead, I'm speaking into the app directly, and it converts speech to text. Now, Mac also has a speech to text option, but it is not very good. So I'm not going to use the Mac version. I'm going to use WhisperFlow. So with these two tools, we are ready. Once you install, it looks like this, right? This is the Codex app from OpenAI. Now, I'm using Codex 5.3, GPT 5.3 Codex. This is the model which is being used. And there are, various versions of how heavy the model is. I'm going to use the medium one so that, for most of the tasks, it's fine. So that's about it. We can just get started with this setup. Now, after you install WhisperFlow, you're able to just hold down the function button on your keyboard on a Mac, and it is going to allow you to speak, and then it changes that speech into text. We'll see in just a minute. So let's get started, right? I'm already in this Learn OpenCV directory. This is my online repository. I'm going to create a folder in this repository, and then we'll work from there. So let's first set up the environment. Is Python set up on this environment? So it's going to take a little bit of time just to confirm, what is running, what. Okay, so it finds something. How about OpenCV? So you can see that I'm using my little finger, my pinky, to press the function button, and then I speak into it, and it just does this stuff, right? It's going to check whether OpenCV is installed or not. So OpenCV Python is installed. Okay, these are the various things. I'm just going to activate my virtual environment so that I don't have to worry about these conflicts and dependencies. Activate virtual environment. So I have created a virtual environment previously, which using UV. So it should be able to find that virtual environment and activate it for me. And then we'll check the version of Python, and we'll check the version of OpenCV, etc. Okay, looks like I verified. Okay, so what version of OpenCV and NumPy are we running? So it's going to check now. Okay, perfect. So we are using OpenCV 4.13, NumPy. What version of Python are we using? Okay, it's going to check. Oh, perfect. See, look at this. It's using Python 3.14, that's Pi, and it's using OpenCV 4.13, that is the opposite of Pi, or Pi in the other order. All right, so we are all set. OpenCV is good. Now I'm going to instruct it to create an application and run it, right? Create an application that does face detection on a webcam feed. Make sure that the face detection is done using neural network. In particular, I want to use UNet, which is part of OpenCV, and detect the face and then blur it. I want this code to be written in Python. Okay, it's nice actually, because it actually got UNet right. I was worried that it would say just UNet, which is used for segmentation. But UNet, this is after Professor Sichi Yu. So UNet is basically a face detector. It looks about right. Everything, even the speech to text works perfectly. Now I'm just going to ask it to do it. So this can take a little bit of time, not a ton of time. I'm guessing that it's going to take a couple of minutes, if that. And once you are done with that, we are going to modify this application to allow us to pixelate the face as well. And we will also create a C++ version of it. So let's see how quickly it is able to do this. Okay, it looks like it's getting all the the model, etc. right. I'll also use it to download the model. I'll ask it to download the model if it doesn't download the model automatically, because I don't want to do anything with my own bare hands. So let's see. It's going. It seems to be doing the right things. Let's see. Okay. All right. Do we have? Okay. Oops. I did not want to run it here. This is my main directory. Let me fix that. Actually, I want this code to reside in a new directory called face blur pixelate. I'll just remove this, move all the new code to that directory and move to that directory. And move cd change directory to that directory. To the new directory. So let's see, I made a mistake. Hopefully it's not messing up. Oh, it had actually already created this. Okay, good. So it did create a new directory and it's moving all the new files, hopefully. This was not planned. I messed up. I forgot to create the directory first. So it looks all good. Okay. So UNet webcam face blur.py. Okay. Now run the Python script you just created. Look, I'm not even looking at the code right now. Because I feel that this is a simple enough code that it should be able to figure it out. Okay. So it cannot find the Onyx file. Look online and find the Onyx file and download it in the local directory. Oops, Onyx, the spelling was wrong, but I think it should be able to figure it out. Yeah, so it found that Onyx file from Model Zoo, and it basically ran a curl command. So I've asked it when I was setting it up to be, to ask things like this. So it's going to ask me. So it's downloading it's using a curl command, which basically allows you to download files. Okay, so I get that it is 227 kilobytes. Perfect. So I have the file. And I'm going to run it now. So now run the code. All right. Hopefully it should be done pretty quickly. Let's see if it works. Okay, so it doesn't have camera access. Now, this is the one thing that is annoying. That sometimes the camera access, etc., can be a problem. So I'm going to basically go in my terminal and oops, not face average, blur pixelate. Okay, and now I'm going to say Python unit, and I don't. If it has done a good job. Oh, look at that! It's showing my real background now, and you can see that my face is blurred, right? And there are a lot of things going on. There is a Zoom session also going on, which I should stop. Okay. Yeah, but the face blurring pretty much works. Okay. Now I'm going to, okay, it says Q to exit. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to look at the code, okay? Open the Python file. So I can do this, or I could simply go and, okay, I can actually click on this one and it will open the Python file for me in VS Code. All right, so, okay, it has two models here. I can check any of the two models, and it has downloaded both these models. That's great. And you can look at this code. It is not commented code, right? But if you look at it, it has, which model do you want to use? It has some arguments for score threshold. It has some arguments for non-maximum suppression. All this code looks about right. It also says top K, the default is 5,000. It's going to use, even if you have 5,000 faces, it's able to detect that, assuming that your image is large enough. All right, so this looks very reasonable, right? It is finding the face and blurring it for me. Now, okay, now I'm going to change the code. Change the code so that instead of blurring, I also have the option of pixelating the face. All right. Added about 32 lines of code, and we have the new. Okay, and I'm going to use my terminal to run it. Oh, I needed to say something about, do I need a new argument? Okay, yeah. Mode, I need something called mode. So I'm going to do this. Mode is pixelate. By default, it is blur, and I'm going to say pixelate now. Good. Oh, see now my face gets pixelated, and this pixelation, they also have this option of the block size, etc. Let's change the block size. What does it say? Block pixel size. Okay, all this code has been generated without any effort from me, right? Block pixel size. What should we say? 10? 10 should be large. Okay. What happens if we do 50? Oh, yeah. See now my face is all pixelated, and all this was done with just a few lines of code, right? Which has been auto-generated completely. I have not written a single line of code here. So let me go back to the Codex app. Okay, now what? Now, please comment the code. I want heavy commenting so that a user can use this code as a tutorial. I don't know why I always say please to these AI agents. I feel that, in the future, one of my friends said that you should always say please, because in the future, when they take over the world, they will look at your logs and see that, oh, this person was very respectful. And so, they will treat us nicely. Okay, so it is basically writing all the comments. Not bad. We can actually look at the code as it's being modified. Okay, so it added a bunch of comment. Everywhere you can see that, okay, it's adding a bunch of comments, which is great. Look at this. All the arguments, all the things have, oh, what happened to the comment? Oh yeah, here, right here. The comments are there. So yeah, this is beautiful code. And if you don't know what it is doing, we can actually go over it. First, basically, if you look at the main function, it's getting the model, and it is then trying to do video capture. It gets a frame. When it gets a frame, it goes and loads the model. It tells you what model it is loading. And then if it cannot read the file, then it breaks because the webcam is not accessible. And then it just says detector, detects the faces. And for every face, it goes and either pixelates it or it blurs the face, right? So it has two functions, pixelate face region and blur face region. This is solid code. This is solid code that I just wrote or actually didn't even write I just dictated. Not a single piece, line of code here was handwritten, as you could see. Okay. Okay, perfect. It says that it is done. Now write the same code in C++. It's going to create a C++ version of the same code. And let's see. Okay. We'll have to check. I hope that it just compiles the code for me. I don't like writing all the pkg config things. I hope that it just compiles it for me, and then I'll just run the CPP file, or the output file, sorry. So far, it's looking very promising to me. Very, very promising. Thinking. Okay, while we are waiting for this, we are done with this. I didn't have to wait. Okay, read. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm lazy. I'm not going to do all of that. Please just compile the code for me and create the executable. Okay, so it's doing G++. Wow, perfect. Okay, now the question is whether it will run or not, okay? Okay, it has compiled it for my architecture. Everything looks right. Okay, and as we know that this thing has problems with this thing, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy this and run this. Okay. Come on, what happened? Okay, here we go. So you can see the pixelated version is there. And as we had done before, we are going to, what was it? What was the, oh yeah, here, pixel block. If people are unable to see, I'll just make it larger. And you can see that, good. My face is pixelated. I have a C++ code. And let me just open the C++ code to see if it has commented or not. Where is the C++ code? And again, it's going to open it in VS Code. And okay, the comments are fine, but not heavily comment. Okay. Please comment the C++ code as well, heavily. So as you can see that, I made some mistakes in the beginning when I was trying to write this code. I started working in the wrong directory. Then it was able to move the code for me. It created the code. The code pretty much worked out of the box in one shot, right? This is how you would actually, I would actually have done if I was talking to an assistant or a junior developer. I would basically give these kinds of instructions. And with these instructions, it's doing a marvelous job. I mean, stunning job, in fact. And it's really scaring me. It's really scaring me because, I mean, what do you teach to your kids now? What are you going to teach to your kids? I think there is still a very huge market for people who understand stuff. Okay, so it is done. Let's look at, okay, good. Now it's all commented. Pretty much every line is commented, which I want. And compile it one more time. So I want to make sure that it all works. Okay, perfect. Let me just try it once. Okay, the same code. Okay, it works. So now we are ready. What else do we need in our repository? Please add a README file to this in Markdown format. And it should have two sections, one explaining how to use the Python code and the other explaining how to use and compile the C++ code. Also mention in that documentation how to download the Onyx file, where to download it from, and also make sure that, also mention which version of Python and OpenCV this one was tested on. Also NumPy, what was it tested on? Okay, so you can see that my instructions, I'm not carefully writing my instructions. I'm literally dictating my instructions with all the messy things. Okay, so the README file is ready. That's awesome. No, it's actually still creating it. Okay, it's writing into the README file. It's not done. Okay, so the README file is here. Awesome. So it starts with how to use, what it does. Okay, blurred pixelate, perfect. It was tested on this environment, NumPy, this. The files that you need. Okay. Basically, I don't need to say this entire, I don't like this. I don't want to say this. And I don't want to obviously say this. Okay. So it tells you how to download this. I want to remove my path from here. Yeah, I want to remove my path. Just cd into this and then download this. Actually, let me just, in the README file, I don't want to mention the whole path. Instead of that, just mention face blur pixelate. Okay, a little bit, you still have to, because WhisperFlow doesn't know what I'm working on. Okay. Okay, it's also telling me what it is thinking, which is perfect because now I can see. All right, let's see. Actually, I can search for my name here and okay. So it has removed all those things and this looks about right. This looks about right. Now, what else can we do? What else can we do? Okay, now we finally need to, commit to the files. What is the size of the Onyx file? 227 kilobytes. Should I commit it or people can just find it? Because the README file has that information. So the README file has that information where to download it from. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So I now want to commit the Python code, the C++ code, and the README file. But I don't want to commit the Onyx file. In fact, you should add that to git ignore. All right, it's thinking. Git add, okay, git ignore, readme, Python, and I'll just do yes. Please add those things for me. Commit is done. I'll do one quick verification that no Onyx file. Okay, these are the files. And then the README file is there. Yeah, I'm done. Delete the face detection ultimate guide file. What files are set to be pushed to GitHub? No, I don't want face detection inference combined. No, not pushable. These are the, okay. Now commit and push to GitHub. All right. Yes. All right, so it looks like it did push. And let's look at my GitHub repository, whether the whole thing went through or not. I need to go and look. Okay, GitHub. Okay, let's see if I pushed through. It was face blur pixelate, face blur pixelate 2 minutes ago. Perfect. It is all done. Okay, look at this. Look at this. It's all done. Okay. All right. So I think I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of vibe coding. We coded an entire app without even touching a piece of code. Not a single line of code was written. In fact, the only thing I did on the terminal was run it on the terminal because of some permission issues with my codecs. Mac doesn't allow camera access to the codecs app, which is fine. But I'll code more of these apps. It is very exciting. It is also very scary to see how these agentic coding agents, these coding agents are transforming how code is written. So don't be left behind. Try them out, because even if you don't use them in crucial environments, you can definitely use them in not so crucial environments like the one we just did. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.